Spring of 1489. Milan. Leonardo da Vinci, 37 years old, sat by candlelight, his pen moving across the page. What he was drawing wasn't a painting. It was a skull. But this wasn't art. It was science. At the time, artists seeking deeper truth were beginning to take an interest in anatomy. Among them, Leonardo was particularly voracious. To know the truth, you must see. His hand gripped the scalpel. That night, he opened his notebook and began recording in mirror script, right to left. For the left-handed Leonardo, this was the most natural way to write without smudging the ink. But it also became a barrier of knowledge that ordinary people could not read. This marked the beginning of a journey spanning thousands of pages. Throughout his life, he would dissect over 30 human bodies. His later explorations were especially intense. In his notebooks, he wrote this: "Artists draw the surface, but I want to know what lies within." His hand recorded every single muscle fiber, observed the joints of the skeleton, measured the position of the internal organs. This wasn't for painting. It was to know the truth. Leonardo documented the human body as mechanics, levers, and supports. Muscles were levers. Bones were supports. Blood vessels were waterways. He saw the human body as engineering. Recent research has even revealed that he conducted gravity acceleration experiments 100 years before Galileo. And this discovery led him to his next challenge. But Leonardo's ambition didn't end with the human body. Late 1480s. He looked up at the sky. Can humans fly? His hand picked up a bird's feather, and he began to observe the structure of wings, the angle of feathers, the flow of wind. Leonardo observed birds for hours, and then he realized birds don't just flap their wings, they manipulate the wind. His hand opened his notebook, and he began sketching designs for a flying machine. But his designs had a fatal flaw: weight. With the materials of the time, the wings were too heavy. They couldn't be moved by human strength alone. Leonardo knew this, but he didn't give up. Even if it's impossible now, someday it will be realized. He left the designs in his notebook for the future, and this knowledge led to his next challenge. 1503. Leonardo returned to Florence, and he began a new challenge: water. As he gazed at the flow of the Arno River, he thought, the movement of water is the same as the movement of air, fluid dynamics. His hand recorded the spirals of water flow. But in 1503, a new turning point arrived in Leonardo's life. He was commissioned to paint a portrait of a woman, Lisa del Giocondo. But for Leonardo, this was more than just a portrait. It was an experiment. How do I paint the boundary between light and shadow? He began trying a new technique: sfumato. Sfumato is a technique of painting soft boundaries, like smoke. No outlines. Layering light and shadow again and again. This was science. Leonardo had been studying the refraction of light, how the human eye perceives light, and he applied that knowledge to his painting. But the Mona Lisa was never finished. Until just before his death in 1519, for 16 years, Leonardo continued painting. Yet he said, "It's not perfect. I can still improve it." He never let go of the Mona Lisa. He carried it with him on his travels. Why? Perfectionism. But Leonardo's greatest masterpiece wasn't the Mona Lisa. It was The Last Supper. From the mid-1490s to around 1498, he painted a mural in a Milanese monastery. Using an experimental technique rather than fresco, it began deteriorating early. But this wasn't just a religious painting. It was a revolution. The Last Supper had two innovations. First, perspective. Leonardo set the vanishing point at Christ's head. Every sightline converges on Christ. Second, psychological portrayal. The 12 apostles each display different emotions: shock, doubt, anger, sorrow. Leonardo painted the inner life of each individual. This wasn't painting. It was theater, May 2nd, 1519. Leonardo da Vinci passed away in France. He was 67 years old. Beside his bed lay numerous manuscripts. Anatomy, engineering, art, mathematics, optics, all of it was there. But 90% of it was unfinished. His disciple found the notebooks and realized something. Did the master never intend to complete them? He wasn't aiming for completion. He was continuing the pursuit. After Leonardo's death, the manuscripts were passed to his disciple, Francesco Melzi. He protected his master's manuscripts and left them for posterity. But many of the manuscripts were scattered. Some were lost. Still, the remaining manuscripts changed the world. Today, Leonardo's manuscripts are displayed in museums. In recent years, major institutions have digitally published manuscripts and related materials, making primary sources accessible from around the world. People are amazed by their precision. Knowledge from 500 years ago still holds true today. Anatomical sketches are studied by medical students. His notes on flight and optics are valued as observations that anticipated later scientific ideas. Leonardo was looking into the future. So what did Leonardo leave behind? Numerous manuscripts. These aren't just records. They're the spirit that refused to accept the boundaries of knowledge. Leonardo was an artist, a scientist, and an engineer. He believed this: all knowledge is connected. He sought perfection, but he didn't seek completion. 90% of his ideas remained unfinished. But that's precisely Leonardo's legacy. Perfectionism comes with a price, but that price planted seeds for the future. So I want to ask you, should knowledge have boundaries? Should we separate art and science? Leonardo fused everything together. That spirit lives on today. What knowledge will you pursue? Share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Leonardo da Vinci's story teaches us the courage to transcend the boundaries of knowledge. On this channel, we explore the decisions and strategies of history's greatest figures, delivering wisdom we can learn from in our modern lives. If this video was valuable to you, please subscribe and like. Let's continue learning from the lessons history has left us. Until next time,